What do you do for a living?
Nothing. And then I record it.
I know what you're thinking. You're like, what are you doing here? We subscribed for Z, not you. And although this is probably true, I know you subscribed for Z, but I have something really important to tell you. Also, I dressed up for you today because on my main channel, as you know, I got a makeover by Chelsea, and now I'm gonna be like, ta-da, like sometimes. I'm going to give you a review of that really super cheap hand phone that I bought back in November. I've got the hand phone right here. It is my only hand phone and I've been using it since I purchased it. Do I still think it's worth it or not? First of all, I don't even know if you guys are interested in cheap hand phones because I meet some of you out there in the world, sometimes at an airport or like at the Circle K, and like when we take a photo together, you guys all have like way nicer phones. I'm gonna say that I have the cheapest hand phone out of all of you. But if you were thinking about getting a cheap hand phone, then I'm going to review this one. So this phone cost me 1 million rupiah, and it came with 100 gigabytes of free quota. Even if the phone only lasts like a month, then probably it's still gonna be worth it. It's a SmartFriend Andromax 4G LTE, and it comes not only with those gigabytes, but the screen protector comes like when you open it out of the box. You don't have to buy an extra one because that's really annoying, you know? So it's got 2 SIM cards. Just like any phone, any smartphone, it does everything I need it to do. However, the downfall to this phone is that the internet has to be SmartFriend. So it's got 2 SIM cards, but the first SIM card, the SmartFriend, that's the one that you have to use for internet. So my other SIM card would not work for internet anymore. But I can still receive phone calls and I can use my old number for like WhatsApp and stuff. For the internet, you can only use SmartFriend. Now, at first I was worried about that, but when I drove to Bali, the SmartFriend signal was awesome, like the whole way crossing Java. It was fine. No buffer ini itu. In Bali also it's really good. However, it's a bit slow to upload YouTube videos. It's slower, but if you're consuming, like if you're watching YouTube or anything, then there's no buffering going on. The download speed's like really great. And it's less than half the price I was paying for internet before. This was the original video, cheap smartphone shopping.
Why is that? It doesn't do anything anymore. It's a Sony Xperia something.
Yeah. So you see, there's no buffering going on. I've had this phone now for 140 days. No problems, no glitches. It doesn't have like error. I've dropped it a couple times. It's fine. My last phone was 4 million rupiah, and it lasted me 18 months. And my hand phone prior to that was also around 4 million rupiah, and it also lasted only 18 months. Now maybe I just have bad luck, but I could see that was a trend with me, and I'm not into buying something that costs $400 and it only lasts 18 months. So that's why I started experimenting with the cheap hand phone. If you buy like a cheap pair of shoes, yeah, they're cheaper, but they only last for, 4 months or like 6 months or something. So if you do the calculations, expensive shoes are actually cheaper in the long run. Like they have a better value. I think that with hand phones, this is not true. Cheap hand phones have a better value. And I was waiting to do this update until I've had the phone long enough to do these calculations. If you divide 1 million rupiah by 140 days, you will come up with like 7,100 something rupiah per day. And it's not broken, it's still working. So every additional day that I can use this phone, it's going to be cheaper and cheaper per day. Now, for that phone that I had before, the Sony Xperia something, that was 4 million. That phone lasted me 540 days. That's 7,400 something. So already, this phone is a better value than some of these like nice ass phones that people like put on the table and stuff. Oh, why is there like poop on it? I hope that's not poop because it really could be poop. It's not poop, it's like cinnamon. So we're good. Now the quality of the camera on this is definitely not as good as the Sony Xperia, but like I got lots of cameras, so I don't really need that. I'm not like super addicted to taking selfies. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. It's a better value than the expensive phones, and I'm gonna continue to use it. And I hope it lasts for like a lot longer. If it lasts a year and a half like the Sony, then that'll just blow my mind. And now I'm like so into cheap phones. As for the style, I don't know. It's not like super gorgeous, but it's not super ugly. And if anybody is about to judge me because I have like a cheap hand phone because it doesn't have like an Apple sign on it or something, then that would be a really weird person that would judge me. Loved it, and that's my review. If you're considering getting a phone for somebody who needs one, or you want a phone that's cheap, this is great. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.